Santa has a big heart and a big gut, but how big is his carbon footprint? Come on, you thought we'd excuse him from our watchful eco-eye just because he's a jolly old man who makes billions of toys for little boys and girls without any compensation? No free pass for St. Nick. Not here, anyway. Santa's carbon output starts in the workshop. His toys are all locally made and we assume lead-free. However, the guy is pumping out Barbie dolls and remote control cars at the rate of about 1,000 toy factories per year. Lincoln logs alone require mass deforestation, roughly the size of Ohio. The math tells us that Santa's shop is emitting 150 billion pounds of CO2. In the North Pole, no less. With no green energy system in place, Santa and his elves are thinning the Arctic at a rate of 5 millimeters each decade. Nevertheless, the workshop itself is a very eco-friendly place of business. Every employee lives right there, so the commuting emissions are zero. On Christmas Eve, after 364 days of gluing, hammering, and eating gooey gumdrops, it's time to fly. Though it's true that Kris Kringle is a minimalist and only travels once a year, that one trip covers more than 30,000 miles. In a plane, that distance would emit 12,000 pounds of carbon per passenger. But on a sleigh drawn by reindeer, it only produces animal droppings. Plus, Santa can feed his 9 reindeer on the grains it would take to sustain 1 beef cow. Don't believe me? I'm not playing any reindeer grains. Housing and feeding America's livestock sector causes 18% of the country's greenhouse gases. The reindeer sector just causes animals to have light-up noses. Though I believe Rudolph's finally using compact fluorescents. After an evening of spelunking down chimneys, dropping off presents, and gorging on cookies, Santa's work is done, but his carbon footprint remains. The wrapping paper from his handiwork creates joy and laughter, as well as 864,000 tons of waste. For the naughty ones, a lump of coal ends up in their stocking, and fortunately not in a power plant. However, in the end, with a carbon count bigger than the Tooth Fairy, but still smaller than the Jetsons, Santa's footprint equals 300 billion tons of CO2. Can you say, ho ho, holy carbon offset?